My entitled mother wants my baby in order to trap her boyfriend. I've been sitting on this one for a while, and this was the tipping point that led to me going no contact with my entitled mother. A few years ago, after dropping out of college and having to move back in with my mom due to financial reasons, I found out I was pregnant. I was 19 and 5 months pregnant. So I went to my mother and told her because I didn't really know what else to do. The first thing out of her mouth was, "Oh, this perfect, can I have it?" Obviously, I thought that I had heard wrong, or that she was just messing with me. But no, I had heard her perfectly. She went on about how she thought her new boyfriend was going to break up with her, and that since he was a widow, he wouldn't leave her if she got pregnant. On the spot, she pitched this elaborately stupid plan of us hiding my pregnancy and then passing my baby off as her own, as if we didn't live in the same city as all our family. I told her she was crazy, and we went back and forth for a bit before she threw a full-blown tantrum, screaming about how ungrateful I was, and why couldn't I just do this one thing for her. She stormed off and locked herself in her room, where she promptly went on her phone and aired out my entire situation on Facebook. Within the hour, both sides of my family knew. My father, equally an entitled jerk, but separated from my mother, showed up with his girlfriend at my door and informed me that they had already set up an appointment for the following week with a local adoption agency. They also said that they knew I'd do the right thing, which I did by packing my stuff and couch hopping with friends for a bit until I got on my feet. This honestly wasn't the worst thing my mom has ever done to me, but it was definitely the turning point to realizing I didn't want or trust her around myself or my child. Anyway, I haven't really talked to or seen either of my parents since, and I now have a charming 3-year-old boy and a lovely fiancé, so life is much better. Story 2. My mom invoiced me and my sister for the expenses of raising us. Our household has always revolved around money. My mom made more than enough money, and we were not struggling by any means. She complained about every single thing that she had to buy for us. Everything. Food, clothes, medical expenses, toys, laptops, phones, school costs, everything. We always knew exactly how much we were costing her. We didn't dare ask for unnecessary things like leisure activities, or expensive toys, or hobby supplies. We started working when we were very young, and she manipulated and guilted us into giving her all the money we earned to pay off what we owed. When I turned 18, she completely cut me off financially. She offered to let me rent my bedroom out from her and sent me an invoice of every cent I've ever cost her, totaling over $700,000. She billed me for Christmas and birthday presents. She even billed me for her medical expenses for the pregnancy and delivery, and wanted me to pay back rent to live in the house from birth. She did the same to my sister 2 years later when she turned 18. We were supposed to pay her back over time, starting the day we turned 18. Both of us were still dealing with a lot of internalized guilt from her constant manipulation, so we actually did pay for a while. Aside from necessary expenses, our entire paychecks were going to her. We rented our bedrooms in her house, and she separated her food, cleaning supplies, cookware and tableware, etc., from ours, and charged us to use them. She generously included the use of the household appliances in our rent. It wasn't until I was 21 and my sister was 19 that enough people had told us this whole arrangement was unhinged that we finally snapped out of it. We moved out together and have stopped paying our mom or even contacting her at all. Your mom's approach to parenting, if we can even call it that, was truly something else. It's one thing to teach your kids about the value of money and hard work, but it's a completely different thing to make them feel like they're in debt for being born and for being a part of a family. That is not what family is about, and it's really disheartening to hear about her manipulation and guilt-tripping tactics. I hope you both are doing much better now and that you're living life on your own terms, free from manipulation and guilt. Story 3. An entitled kid gets knocked out. So I live on a ranch and we own some cattle. Hay has been really expensive lately, so we needed to sell some cows to afford the hay. We had a listing on Facebook Marketplace and some other places about cattle for sale. We had some cows ready for butchering, so we put them in another pen. A lady messaged us and asked if she could come to the property and take a look. We agreed on a time and then discussed what type of cows we had. The day the lady was supposed to arrive, she was running late. We waited and she didn't show up. Later, she apologized for not showing up, and she asked if she could swing by the next day. I told her that I was going to be doing some busy work, but I'll probably be free later in the day. So it was settled. The next day, I was running some hay to our cows, and when I pulled into the driveway, her car was there. I get out, and immediately I am met with the entitled parent saying, "Where have you been?" I just said, "Oh, you're here early. I said I was doing some stuff with the cows, but I've got some time to do this real quick." So I take her to the pen and she looks in. She points to the other pen and says, "Why are they separated? Shouldn't these guys be together?" I tell her that we are butchering them this summer, so we put them in there so we can fatten them up a bit. She then asked if I torture these wonderful creatures. Now, I'm not one to judge someone who is against animal abuse. In fact, I am with them. Some of these big industries do treat their animals badly, and it's a problem. I am not one to do that. These cows give us food, so I make sure that my cows are taken care of properly. But what is this lady expecting? I don't care if people like meat or don't, or eat it or not. But she came out to a ranch, a cattle ranch. There's bound to be cows heading for the butcher. I assured her that the cows are treated like kings. I make sure their death is quick and painless. These are the cows you are looking for. She just scoffed. I took her by the pen we were supposed to be looking at. So how is this Karen an entitled parent? Well, she had a kid in her car. She was buying him a cow as a pet. She had a small trailer, probably only big enough for one cow. At this point, she called him out of the car. She asked the kid which one he liked. This kid had pointed to a calf. This calf was too young to be taken from his mom, so if they wanted that one, he would have to be sold with his mom. So that's what I told her. If you want that one, you're going to have to buy that red Angus right there. That's his mom, and he's too young to leave her yet. The entitled parent said, "So I have to buy both?" with a disgusted look on her face. I told her, "Yes, ma'am, but since she's a mom, she's very protective, so let's find another cow." The entitled kid then said, "But Mom, I want that one." The entitled parent looked at me and said, "My baby wants that one. He's just so cute and small. I don't want to get anything too big." I replied by saying, "If that's the case, you should go look for some miniature cows. I know some sellers and I can get you their contact information." At this point, the entitled kid asked his mom if he could go pet the cow. I loudly told them no. Of course, the entitled parent told the kid, "Sure, sweetie. What's the big deal? He just wants to pet the cow." Rule number 1 with cattle: be aware of your surroundings. If you see a cow with a calf and the mom is high-headed, don't go near it. This kid is too young to understand, but his mom is too stupid to look out for her kid. Now, the mom of the calf this kid went to pet, she is mean. She will not put up with anything. So this around 10-year-old kid crawled under the panel. Well, I had to try and go into the pen, but I needed a cattle prong. Her son goes to touch the calf, and the mom is giving all the warnings, telling him to stay away. He gets close to the calf and it freaks out. Cows kick to the side, not to the back like a horse, so the calf kicked this kid square in the side of the head. He fell over and started screaming, and so did his mom. I hate to say it, but it felt so good to see that entitled Karen see what happens when she doesn't listen to professionals. But now, with all the screaming, the rest of the cattle are wound up. I got my cattle prong, rushed into the pen, and as the mom was about to start charging this poor kid, I began herding her away from him, and I got him out of the pen. I gave him back and told her to get the F off my property. She started yelling at me, but I just tuned her out. I can't stand people like that. Story 4. I just saw my entitled mother for the first time in 6 months. It's been 6 months since I, an 18-year-old male, moved out of my mom's house. I haven't seen her or my stepdad since. I'm staying with my grandpa at the moment, and I'm doing an apprenticeship. I've been working and saving as much as I can, and it's been a couple of months since I saw any of my friends. My grandpa encouraged me to make plans with my band, so we met at my bassist's place today and we played some music. We played our hearts out and we sounded pretty good. No outfits or anything, just the 4 of us in our friend's garage playing some of our favorite songs. People from the neighboring houses came and started to watch us. Everyone seemed to be having a pretty good time. We finished our last song and then started to screw around, playing bits and pieces of random songs. The crowd gradually dispersed, and we packed up after a while. I was about to get in my car and leave when my mom came up to me. She looked basically the same, maybe a little angrier. She said, "I'll look past the fact that you left like you did. I'm just glad you've finally decided to come home." I asked what she was talking about, and she said, "You're here. I've changed. Come on now, let's go." I said no, and she started to scream her head off at me. People came out of their houses to see me backing up as she came towards me screaming. My friend came out and my mom backed off. She glared at me as she left. I thanked my friend as he went back inside, and I left. I wondered how she found me, but then I realized she lives down the street from my friends. I told my grandpa about it, and we had a good laugh. I can't believe that she expects me to shut up and go back like nothing happened. Well, I'm not. I hope that's the last time I see her. It's crazy that she expected you to just go back home with her as if nothing had happened. It's clear that she still has a lot to work on herself, and her anger and entitlement aren't exactly inviting. It's great that you stood your ground and didn't let her intimidate you, OP. You're doing what's best for you, and that's what matters most.